Welcome back to Slide Tackles Only, the podcast where we talk everything football related. I know Europa League back, so fun times here this week. Well, sort of fun for me, but fun for
Great time
Frog.
for me.
I'm John here in Virginia, joined as always by my good friend Frog. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, bud. It is I was at work, but I will take that 2-0, 2-1.
2-1, yeah. Yeah, so game just ended, wrapped up about 20 minutes ago. RC Celta, my Spanish side, versus Frog's German side, VfB Stuttgart. 2-1 victory for Stuttgart, and really the result should never have been in question. Stuttgart completely dominated that game from start to almost finish, but
Well,
um
that is reassuring to hear because watching Stuttgart this season has been anything but
fair.
dominating.
Yeah,
Ooh
well,
boy.
Celta's not had a great start to the season here. Lost the first game to Getafe 2-0, and then five straight 1-1 draws in league play until
I
this.
think
So
it almost feels like that was the last game that Getafe won too.
it might have been. I haven't looked at
Because
their full
shortly
record.
thereafter they sold
They
Uche
sold
to
Uche, yeah,
Crystal
yeah, and
Palace.
and Uche scored in that game against Celta too.
He
So
did. That I watched that game. It was a fantastic game. Um, it's a wonderful way to start the season.
yeah, well,
I still haven't fully committed to a Spanish side, but let's
mhm,
be real, it's probably going to be Osasuna,
true, yeah. Unfortunate
which means I
1-1
should
draw
really,
for them
really learn
today.
how to pronounce that word.
What, Osasuna?
Is that
Or
yeah?
I to be
It's
honest,
one of
I'm
those.
not entirely sure, but
Well, yeah, it's one of those things. Like if I'm going to be a fan, I should at least learn how to pronounce it right.
that's fair. That's very
But
fair.
let's get into this. Let's get into this Stuttgart Celta
All
game
right. Yeah.
because it's really interesting with the lineups here. Okay, I don't know I don't know anything about Celta or their players, so I'll let you go into that part. However, this is actually really interesting. It's nice to Jeff Chabot not starting for Stuttgart is odd, but it seems to have worked out really well, and I have a lot of confidence that the combination of Yeltsin and Hendricks is going to be a very good center back pairing going forward.
Well,
Um,
assuming that Finn Jelch is okay, because he did have to go off injured in
I
the first
know,
half. So
I know, I heard
we'll
it.
see. It didn't
Um,
look like it was too bad, but yeah. I
mm.
thought Hendricks looked pretty good though in this one. So,
Oh my God,
you know.
Hackes is
Mm.
back. That's crazy. I didn't realize he was back this week.
Yeah, he had to come in for Jelch there. So yeah, in terms of Celta, it was for the most part a pretty regular lineup for them, except for um El Abdelawi. I He hasn't really played a lot, so but otherwise kind of normal. Maybe a little bit weird with Borja not starting, but throwing Jutgla up top, it makes sense. And then of course Borja comes on for Jutgla and gets the one goal for Celta today. But yeah, no, that was a really nice performance from Stuttgart. Lawrence Assignon was really dangerous going down that right side, and then
I'm very excited to hear
yeah,
that. I This
he's
is a game that I will be rewatching
uh
because this is the lineup that I'm actually very excited to see. The only thing is, like I said, it is weird that Jeff Chabot is not starting. I feel like he would normally start over Hendricks.
yeah,
But something that is interesting is Kim Andres starting over Atakan Karazor
I
because Ada has been playing like dog shit this season
yes, and he
and then came
was
in and continued to play like
yeah,
dog shit.
yeah, he was kind of at fault for Celta's goal.
Yeah,
Mariba just picked his pocket, sent Borja free, and Borja put it perfectly in. But yeah, yeah, it's definitely time for Stuttgart to roll with that Stiller, Kim Andres midfield. I mean, they did it at the weekend, right?
yeah, they did, and it
Yeah,
was a great game.
yeah.
I
So I
mean, it
think
just, I think we have figured out that it may be time for
yeah,
Ada to go, which
I
is
I think
which is
so.
sad because he is the captain this season, which FOTMob does not tell you who captains the side. So I don't know. Was it Maxi? Was it Nooble?
I don't remember who it was to start the game, but obviously when Karazor came on, they gave him the armband. But yeah.
That was a mistake. Um, I am very excited with the signings of El Canus and Bonani. They have
Yeah.
both looked phenomenal in their starting jobs, which is why I am significantly less upset about Undav being hurt
Hmm.
and about between those signings and the Thiago Tomas signing. I think we are actually in a very good spot, and it
Hmm.
should be a really good season going forward.
Yeah, no, I when y'all brought Thiago Tomas back because he was at Stuttgart before going to Wolfsburg and had
Yeah,
played very, very nicely for Stuttgart at that time. And so that was nice reuniting with him, and he'll be a nice depth option. El Hanous, man, this dude's on fire. I mean, banger of a goal at the
this
weekend,
this is going to
banger
be
of
a
a
good
goal today. This
it's
dude
going to
is
be a good time.
good.
It
Yeah,
is going to
he's
be really interesting to see what they do once Undav is healthy, like actually healthy, not can start taking minutes healthy.
yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
I guess it'll kind of depend on Demirovich's form because I don't
Yeah.
think you're going to take out any of the other guys for Undav just because that would force him a
No,
little
I
further back in the
yeah, I
in the
don't think
lineup.
so.
But so I
Yeah,
think
I don't
yeah.
think Undav plays as well when he plays a little further back. I think he plays more as the out and out striker, which
Yeah.
is where I think a lot of the issue had come um, with Nick and moving because the season before they had Seru Garasi, and
Hmm.
so it was Seru and Undav playing up top together. And so I just feel like Undav plays better in a two striker setup instead of playing a little further back in more of like that second striker setup.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. And it's going to be hard to justify starting with two strikers for Stuttgart, I think,
Because
because
they've only got
you only
two.
have two strikers. And then, with how some of the other guys are playing, like your wingers and attacking midfielders, it's hard to justify taking any of them out of the lineup. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when Undav does get healthy again. But again, kind of depends on how Demirovic does, which he's playing decently, but not quite getting the goals necessarily. So yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing is it is it's mixed feelings like we were talking about before we started recording. Seeing just to jump to a different game real fast.
Hmm.
The Rangers Genk game,
Yeah.
which I don't know. I got issues with Genk. I got issues with Rangers. So like this isn't a game I think I would ever watch.
Yeah,
My
I
issues with Genk are significantly more petty than my issues with Rangers. Um, but it is nice. It's a very mixed feeling to see Oh Hyung Yu score in the game. I mean, yeah, he missed a penalty. I haven't seen it.
hmm Yeah, I
That
didn't
could
see the
that could
replay
have
of the
just
penalty, to be honest,
could
but
could just be a great save by the keeper, which that shit happens. Everybody misses penalties. I'm not mad about one. um, it's a lot of mixed feelings because he was supposed to get signed, and then
by Stuttgart, that is. Yeah.
by Stuttgart, yes.
Hmm.
And so I was very excited because also I am an entry level South Korean men's
Hmm.
team fan, and so like I like to keep up with the South Korean players and with Japanese players as well.
Yeah.
Um, and so I was really excited to get him onto the a team that I like, which one day also we'll go over my definitive ranking of German clubs because let me tell you that was a journey and now I have it set in stone. Uh,
Yes,
I would
we did see
probably
that.
I would probably swap Werder and Köln because it's definitely more of a Werder thing than a Köln thing most of the time, but like they're more or less interchangeable.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it was really exciting, uh, and I was really sad that it fell through. So it is rewarding to see him score,
Yeah.
but depressing because that score could be for us.
Yeah. No, that was pretty funny when he finally did score. He missed the penalty like right before halftime. Scored about 10
45
minutes.
plus 7.
Yeah. Yeah, after a red card for Rangers and then scores 10 minutes into the second half, takes his shirt off, goes wild because, ex-Celtic player scoring at Ibrox. Pretty nice moment and Rangers
You
get a
gotta love
defeat.
it.
Rangers get the defeat in Europa League, so that is always a nice little bonus there. So,
I don't know how this manager still has a job.
oh,
Rangers
Russell
Rangers
Martin, right? Is that
Rangers season has been
they? Yeah, they
horrific.
awful.
Just to put it into perspective, after 5 games, Rangers are in fucking 11
11.
on
That
4 points,
for context, that is second bottom in the Scottish League. That is
which is notoriously a two-team league.
with
That
Rangers
is,
being one of the two, you know. It's just
which I would love to see it happen. I would
oh,
love to see it happen.
oh my
It would
gosh.
bring me so much joy to watch this shithole organization die.
Yeah. Well, it did die once and unfortunately came back, so, you know.
Well, I would like to see it when I care because I didn't. I was not a soccer
Yeah,
fan
that
at the
was
time.
many years. That was before I really got into the sport as well, so
Yes,
a long time ago.
I'd like to see it happen when I care about it. Which actually, now that I've got this table pulled up, this is a really interesting table
I
for
was
Scotland. Let's
surprised to
let's
see
talk about it.
Aberdeen that down there as well because
Aberdeen being in the bottom is insane. You know who's going to be
that's
really depressed about that?
our buddy Derek Ray.
The legend
Mm,
himself.
yeah.
That man
Yeah.
is a Colne man, an Aberdeen man, and a Scottish national team guy. I mean, there's
Hmm.
probably more, but those are the three I know.
Those are the three that he kind of
That man
likes to talk about.
crusades for Ollie Burke like nobody's business. I have never seen someone say so many things about a player. And you know what?
Yeah, he's
Let's
always
talk.
going on. Yeah, we
We'll
can
talk
talk
about
about
Ollie Burke in a minute.
yeah, we can talk about him, I
Let's
guess.
or okay,
No.
let's talk about Ollie Burke, and then we'll talk about Scotland, and then we'll circle
Yeah.
back to the Bundesliga because we don't make sense. Okay, so Ollie Burke over the weekend. Who did Union play? I don't remember. I just remember the
No, you don't
ridiculousness that
remember?
happened.
Uh-huh.
I just
Yeah,
oh yeah. No, I really did forget.
yeah, they
My
beat
bad.
my
That wasn't me
Eintracht
fucking with you. I
Frankfurt.
actually really
No, it's
forgot.
all good. No, we played like shit in that game. Union Berlin caught us
that
on the
was a
counter on
that
all of
was a
those goals.
shit show. It was a
Holly
great.
Burke with the easiest hat trick he could have had. Like,
It was beautiful to watch. Let me tell you.
most certainly was not. I turned that game
That's
off after the 4-1 goal, and
and
then
then
we
Ollie
get one
Burke just had
back.
to add one more.
Yeah, we get one back. I turn it back on when we get the penalty, and then 10 minutes of stoppage time, can't find a tying goal. But yeah, Oliver Burke with the hat trick, and naturally Derek Ray is back on his Ollie Burke needs to be on the national team,
Which okay,
which he does. I
I did
fully
okay.
agree.
So last season I didn't agree,
Okay, well he wasn't getting the
but
playing time and the goals,
he
so
was. Ollie Burke and Marvin Dukes were starting over the
oh
younger
God,
cope of Justin Njima and Kiki Top, which both
that's
of them should have
true.
been. Which
Yeah,
honestly, at the end of the day, as soon as Ollie Burke signed for Union, he shouldn't have played another game. Well, shouldn't have
probably.
started another game. Same thing once you found out Marvin Dukes was leaving. Neither of them should have started another game.
Yeah.
However, Werder was still in the run for Europe, so I understand why.
Yeah, and Dux
Ollie
like he
Werner,
performed, so it's
Ollie Werner
hard
is not the dude. Okay, Werder Bremen learned that last season, and
hmm.
like the seasons before that, and RB Leipzig is learning it this season.
Well, our RB Leipzig is back up a little bit in the table now, so we'll see. We'll
Unfortunately,
see. But
but that is
I think they'll have
absolutely
some
not.
issues.
That is absolutely not Ollie Werner.
No. They did make, even though they lost a lot of incredible players, they still got some really nice talent.
They got some. They
They
know
know
what
how
they're
to
doing.
scout. Yeah,
It's
like they
disgusting. I hate it.
it's just inevitable with them. They have the money to be able to bring in some really talented players from across Europe, and that is good enough to put them in contention for Europe every year, which hey, at least they're not in it this year, so we'll take
Right?
solace in
It's
that.
beautiful. You'll love to see it. And then
But
I don't think there's any Red Bull team in Europe this
no, there
season.
is
Oh yes,
because
did
RB
Salzburg make it in?
Salzburg and they lost 1-0 today to Porto with a pretty late goal from Porto, who actually are leading the Portuguese league this year as well. So
Oh, good for them.
could be an interesting year there. Finally,
Who did? Well, they did. They also signed Luke De Jong down in Porto.
oh, that's right, they did. Yeah,
Just
that
a
was
young.
kind of like a. A
It
pretty
was a surprise.
surprise transfer.
Yeah,
Yeah, no one
they
knew
just
anything.
revealed him at the thing, and
Yeah.
that was exciting. Let me tell you.
Yeah, an unfortunate because he had been playing pretty well for PSV, but he's getting up there
I'm
in
glad
age, so
he's gone. Not for any real reason against him at all. I just want to
no,
see
just
Ricardo Pepi starting.
Pepe, yeah. Hey, honestly, fair enough. Pepe's a good player when he's healthy,
And
so
he's
that's
healthy
fair.
right now. That's more that could be said about Alassane Playa. Anyway, um, get my
Oh,
ex
you're
Gladback,
bad.
get my ex Gladback dig in there. Okay, so let's talk about Scotland because this is a
Yeah.
really interesting. It's a really interesting table to look at here. The
Hmm.
only one there are three teams in the top six right now that were in the top six at the end of last season.
That's just ridiculous.
So at the end of last season, let me just hit this button here and swap it over so I can tell you. So the top six last season were Celtic, Rangers, Hibs, Dundee United, Aberdeen, and St. Mirren. Okay.
Hmm.
So, and in that order. So the top six currently five. It's only 5 games into the season, so
Yeah,
obviously this
it's
could be a
very
huge
early,
thing
very early.
because at the near the end of the season last season, Hibs were in the bottom. They were not
Yeah,
doing good.
I thought they were going to get relegated for a long time that season, and then
Everyone did, and then they finished third.
yeah, no, they went on an absolute tear.
It was incredible to watch. It was an incredible rise to see happen.
Hmm.
It was fun. So the top six this season currently is Celtic and Hearts are tied. They are tied on 13 points each.
Hmm.
The only difference they have right now is that Celtic's goal difference
One,
is +7,
one
Hearts is
goal.
+6.
Yeah,
Hearts has scored 12 goals to Celtic's 8.
it's
Celtic
just
has only let in one goal.
Celtics kind of a mess right now. Like relative, obviously, but they cannot score, and
No, Celtic is a mess.
yeah.
Like it's still a mess that is absolutely going to finish no lower than second in
Oh
Scotland,
yeah,
but that's how Scotland works.
they should end up winning the league
There
at the
is
end of it, but
Celtic and there is everyone else.
yeah, no, that's how it's been for a bit now. I mean, Rangers for a couple years there were up back when Stevie G was their coach, Steve Gerrard. I think they won the league once or twice, and then kind of after he left fell off.
Yeah,
So,
I
but
think they're I don't want to say they're even anymore. I think Celtic has definitely won the league
oh
more
yeah,
overall,
no,
like just
and
in the history of the league at this point.
mhm. Yeah, and then
Um,
Celtics separated themselves, over the past 4 years ish. So
let's talk about never mind. Let's finish the top six, and
okay,
then we can
yep,
talk about the absolute
yeah.
lack of ambition that is Celtic. Their entire goal is to beat Rangers.
Yeah.
That is it. That is where their biggest ambition begins and ends.
Hmm.
There's nothing. It's
Yeah,
depressing. This is why I cannot
it's tough.
fathom actually being a Celtic fan.
I mean, but it's
Like
hard in
it's
Scotland
it's
to
hard to pick any other teams though.
yeah, but it's also hard in Scotland to attract the players to have European ambition, right? Because
Yeah.
it's a 12-team league that doesn't have, the greatest attendance. It doesn't have the greatest TV revenue. Like the money's just not there at all.
Yeah.
And so you're not bringing in high quality talent. You have to scout. I mean, you're bringing in some good players, don't get me wrong, but you have to
Yeah.
kind of scout a lot of, you know, non-European leagues, lower level European leagues, stuff like that.
Yeah, and then that
Um,
gets in but then that also gets into if you spend the money, you can make the money because
yeah,
then you go further in Europe, whether it be
but
you
neither
try to
not
go further in Europe.
yeah, both I remember a few years ago Rangers ended up getting through the qualifiers for the Champions League. So both Celtic and Rangers were in there. And they were by far the two worst teams in the entire group phase. Like when those two teams are in Champions League, it has just not gone well at all.
No,
So,
and
and
that's what it is. I mean,
and
it's
that's where the
very
money is.
but
Europa
also
League doesn't
look
have the
at
same money. So,
man, that Celtics run last season. in the Champions League was fantastic.
Yeah,
It
fair.
They
Yeah.
absolutely should have gotten through
Yeah,
over Bayern.
they were
That is one last second fuck
yeah.
up.
No,
Like
that's fair. Yeah. That
Celtic
was
was
finally
running
performing
that
well.
second game. It was disgusting. It was
Yeah.
that that 2 game tie was probably among my top matchups in the entire Champions League last season.
It
Those
was a lot of
games
fun.
were good.
It was. And a big part of that for Celtic was Nicholas Kuhn, who of course is no longer on the team. So
He's at Como
Como.
now.
Yep, yep. Yep, who beat my Fiorentina over the weekend as well, 2-1. So that
Oh,
was
dude, you were just
rough.
not having a good
No,
week.
it's not been great. It's not been great. Today wasn't good either with the Frauen, so it's just it's tough, man. It's been a tough
Go off, man.
little go. No, I don't know how to go. I mean, we lost 2-1 to Leverkusen today in the Frauen Bundesliga and just looked like ass. Like honestly, looked like ass. We played Leipzig on Monday. We won that game 4-3, but and again, we gave up 3 goals to a Leipzig side that lost 1-0 to HSV today. So um, it's really tough. The recruit. I mean, we lost so many of our best players over the summer, and
I know.
the
I watched just get absolutely
oh,
dismantled, and I was like, "Is this another case of a club just selling their women's team without actually selling it, just so they can better fund the men's team?" And
well, no,
I don't want to say that that's
it's
what Frankfurt was doing, but
no, no,
like
no,
we
no.
definitely
It's
watched
not.
it happen.
It's not about that. It's about
Yeah,
the club has a strict budget for the women's team, and so a lot of the players left on free transfers. Like we didn't even sell most of them. We sold
I know
Prosvikar, but
it's insane.
and
Like,
but they see that and they see how we're continuing to stick to Nico Arnautis as our head coach, who has really taken the team as far as he can. Like there needs to be a change there,
yeah.
and they see that and they see it as a lack of ambition, which honestly it is. It absolutely is a lack of ambition from the
Let's
club.
talk about the clubs we like that have no ambition.
You mean basically every single one for me?
Same. Oh boy. I Which is fun because like I've stopped liking teams because they don't have ambition, and then I'm like, well, then it's all then you look at the
It's
Dynamo and there's no ambition there. There's no hope there.
yeah, fair.
The Dash have ambition. God damn it! I'm very
Yeah,
excited to see
well,
what the Dash do.
yeah, that
They are on the up and up, and
well, they did lose 2-0 to Utah this weekend, right? So,
it happens.
but yeah, Utah's not playing bad ball right now, so
No,
I can't
Utah
say it's
is
super
doing
surprising. They're low in
pretty
the table
good.
still, but a lot of that was early season results, and now they're they're playing better. But yeah, the Dash kind of just need to figure it out a little bit here and get a few results in the next
The
few
Dash
weeks.
are 2 points back
Hmm.
on the playoffs over the North Carolina Courage.
Yep.
So there is some real potential
There,
there.
no, it's absolutely a real possibility for the Dash to pull out a few victories here and make the playoffs. So,
Okay. So speaking of playoffs, I know a lot of people hate playoffs, but there is something so beautiful and American about playoffs. It's not Playoffs are beautiful. Okay. That is how you write Cinderella stories.
no, it is. It's one of those things where I do love playoffs because it's very random.
It's so
I
random.
just, I don't think it's a necessarily the best way of determining who is actually the best team in the league. Just because playoffs can be a little,
There are arguments to be made for tables versus playoffs
yeah.
versus all of
But
this, but
it depends
a
on like,
table will never be as exciting as playoffs.
no, well, yeah, no, it's true. Like just the intensity in every playoff is just so much more than any regular season game could ever produce. So, no, I get it.
And then it's every game of the playoffs instead of
Hmm.
just like the last 2 weeks of a season.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. It's
Yeah,
no, it's all playoffs are a lot of fun. They're a
I
lot of
love
fun.
playoffs.
I don't think we need them in soccer though, because well, in European football, because
No, no,
they
no,
are
no, no,
playing
no,
too
no, no,
many
no,
games, and
no, no, no,
people
no, no,
will
no,
be
no.
very mad about that. I know a few different
That's
leagues do
not
playoffs, but
not at
not
all what I'm trying to
no,
insinuate.
I
That
know.
should happen. I'm just saying that I love them,
Hmm.
and I hope nothing ever happens to them.
No, that's fair. They are a lot of
If the
fun.
American leagues start going away from playoffs, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. It'll
I don't think you would be able to here. I People love playoffs. You know, it's a very
it's
American
fun.
thing, so I think I don't think there's any danger of American leagues. Maybe
No,
USL
I
will when they if they eventually do, you know, create a promotion relegation thing. That's a long way out of whether that will happen or not though. So we'll see. But I
oh
think
Coppa Italia was this week.
yeah, I
Ooh, what
know
games happened?
Torino won 1-0 today, and who else played today? It was Genoa beat Spezia, was it? Oh, Empoli 3-1 today. Yeah, Torino beat
Okay,
Pisa 1-0.
so
Who played
this
yesterday?
week we had one, two, three, four, five, six. We had 8 games of Coppa
You got
Italia.
a good hate watch for you yesterday there. Hellas Verona going down in pens to Venezia.
Yes, I saw that yesterday. I was super excited. I'm not going to watch it because 0-0 between the two of them sounds like the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life.
I can
But
only
I will
imagine how
probably,
bad the game is.
but I will probably watch that penalty shootout just for the high it'll give me.
Very fair.
Um,
I
Parma and
might.
Spezia was
Hmm.
2-2 with a red card, went down to pins. Parma won. I will absolutely be checking that one out.
I was gonna say that's one I'm definitely looking at to watch the replay of. Como over
Uh,
Sassuolo 3-0. Milan over
Co-
Lecce 3-0.
Como's running it.
They're
That
yeah, man. They
Torino Pisa looks good. Well, I mean, it's 1-0 with a red card. That could be fun. Genoa over Empoli, which I was very sad that Empoli went down last season. They were
I'm
definitely the only
not.
one I felt bad about.
I'm not. They're like semi rivals with Fiorentina, so like it's I don't know, I don't like hate them, but I don't like them per se. So I didn't their escape from relegation the year before, like on the very like in stoppage time to
Yeah,
survive on the last day. That was pretty cool. So
that was good to watch.
I couldn't be mad about that one. That was I think that was
Yeah,
Davide Nicola who was their coach then too, who is the
who
current
is now coaching
Cremonese.
Cremonese.
Yeah.
And speaking of, Cremonese is still unbeaten after 4 weeks. The last 2 weeks have been 0-0 draws, but that's not a
Amen.
loss.
Amen. That's
And
their goal is to stay up, right?
yep,
So that's incredible where they are
that's
already.
yep, that's all they need is to stay up. That's all they are after.
Oof.
Ooh, Serie A table is looking fun. I would almost be good with just calling it now. Almost.
Let me pull this up. I mean, I wouldn't because my team ain't making Europe now.
No, but they aren't making relegation either.
That's very fair.
By
Uh,
one goal.
yeah, I was gonna say very close,
By one
very
goal.
close.
Which
Yeah,
actually, well,
I wouldn't
actually,
mind that table for the most part. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Juve's in second, but Napoli
You
would
know
win it.
what?
I'm fine with that.
I
You
think
know,
that
there is this whole thing about a lot of southern parts of countries in Europe waving
yeah,
the rebel
certain
flag.
yeah.
Which, okay, okay. So here's the thing. When you told me about that originally, I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck Napoli. I'm not doing this shit. I deal with enough of this shit in my day to day life. I don't need it in Italy.
It
But then I found out that it just happens in a lot of different countries, and it's just like we're from the south,
yeah, it's
and I'm like,
still
okay,
shouldn't do it though.
it's still weird,
Yeah,
but it
it's
doesn't feel as racially charged.
well, I mean,
I guess it would just depend
but
on the
it
club
still
that's
is
doing
like
it.
it still is an inherently racially charged symbol.
Absolutely,
So
I'm
that's
not trying to defend the symbol in any way,
fair,
shape,
yeah.
or form. Let me just clear that up.
Yeah,
I may be
no.
from Texas, but I'm not that kind of from Texas.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
yeah, so
gosh.
speaking of, so the Serie A table
Hmm.
is looking pretty. I mean, fuck, this is more or less what I figured it was going to look like. There are some really entertaining outliers though, like Inter being in 10th.
10th place. Yeah, I would not be upset if they missed out. Dude,
AC Milan is currently in third with 3
that's
wins and a loss. Their
I'm
only loss coming to Cremonese in round 1.
I'm surprised by that.
Hate it.
I thought
I hate
that
it.
Allegri going there was gonna mean some really not great football, and maybe it's not been the best, but hey, he's getting the results, so
I am still uncommitted, and I can't help but look at AC Milan and just love the history behind it and be like,
yeah.
this is tempting, let me tell you. So yeah, with AC Milan, it was the very first Italian team that I was interested in.
Mhm.
Before I learned about the history and all this other stuff, which has kept it very tempting. But then there was, and but I was interested because obviously Pulisic was on there and he was doing
Mhm.
well. I was like, all right, yeah, so I'll just follow some American guys around. Um, that hasn't aged very well, obviously, but Milan is still a very tempting team to follow because you can't really go wrong with black and red.
Yeah, oh, for
In
sure.
that in that alone, you can't really go wrong with it. Which I have a problem, okay, with kits. I have two problems with kits. One is when they're ugly in general. Like, who let these people put these out? This is obscene. They have to have quality control that sees this shit and tells them
Yeah.
not to put it out. And then they just don't fucking listen. Um, the other issue I have is when designs don't go around onto the back.
Mhm.
Like, what's the point? Okay,
Yeah.
honestly, like, what's the point of having these
Well,
beautiful kits?
I'm sure I bet part of it is because UEFA doesn't allow it in their competitions, so maybe they want to save a little money on
See, that's
not having
that's
to change it for UEFA, which
that's fine.
is
I
which is
understand it's really
annoying, but
fucking stupid.
yeah, it is. It's dumb.
But that's where we get into like the back blocks that are
Hmm.
just like the white block or the black block or just the solid block with the color on it.
Yeah.
It is mildly annoying on certain shirts, but in general is not bad.
Hmm.
I think the color block looks so much better than just a blank back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
I
just
would agree with that.
entirely.
Yeah.
Um did you see what Stuttgart did with
Yes.
theirs?
Yeah, last
If
year
it,
and this year they've got like they still somewhat have that red stripe back there, but it's like
it run it
inside
yeah, it
of
runs on the
the
inside, so it's
yeah.
technically not on the
Hmm.
outside.
Yeah. It was funny the commentator in the game was talking about that and how, they normally have it so it runs around the back. And he's like, "Well, but with this kit they can't do that, which makes it easy to actually be able to read the numbers." I'm like, dude, if you look at a regular Stuttgart kit, the number is black, like big in black anyway.
Literally.
You can read that from afar easily anyway, with even with the red stripes. So
Exactly. You can do it with most shirts. I
yeah,
mean, look at the Crystal Palace kits from this season. That
yeah.
is all around stripe coverage. It is fucking
Oh, it's
glorious.
amazing kit. I will.
Everybody's super mad about the white stripes down the arm. They're like, it looks like Brighton. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up and
Nah,
just enjoy
it
something.
it, it looks really good.
It looks so much better as a long sleeve shirt than as a short sleeve
Oh,
shirt.
for sure. The
But
long sleeve
I feel
is
I feel that way
nice.
about a lot of shirts.
If
Um,
you've got a striped pattern, that long sleeve is always going to be so nice.
it's gonna look so much
Like the
unless the
Sankt Pauli
stripes
kit this
unless
year.
the stripes aren't on the sleeves, and then
Okay,
it's just gonna
yes.
piss me off more.
Yeah, that's a different story. But like you look at the Sankt Pauli kits for this year, the brown and white stripes, and they've got it on the arms, and then
It's
that long
beautiful.
sleeve, it's incredible. Uh,
It's
but not
fantastic.
every team does long sleeve, which is kind of annoying. But or I don't know if it's like a player
Every
preference, but
I think it's a player preference.
well, I know, but
I
I
can't
just mean like
imagine it not being.
I don't think some teams offer it because like none of their players want it.
Yeah,
So whereas
yeah.
Pauli has some that do want long. Obviously, Mateta with Palace wants the long sleeves.
He
So
wants it long sleeved and tucked in,
yes,
and we are like, let's do it.
it's such a vibe. He is
It's
incredible.
that man needs to bring his goatee back. His head looks weird without it. Put it back on.
Did you see
um,
he got a yellow card the other match for kicking the goalpost because when he kicked it, he accidentally kicked it out of the ground, and I guess that's a yellow card.
They'll just look for any reason to card Palace. Let me tell you.
Hey, Palace,
Except in the Palace and
what a
Liverpool
run.
are the only undefeated teams in the league right now, and they play on Sunday, and it's going to be
Oh, it's gonna be elite. I was looking at an expected points table as well for the Premier League, and
disgusting.
Palace is first place in expected points, based on expected goals. Now, obviously, we're early in the season, so
Look,
we'll see how
X
those numbers
X
end up.
all the X stats don't matter. They're all stupid.
Nah, they I think they're good and can tell you the direction that a team might be going in, but obviously
That's all you're going to get out of it.
it's not a perfect descriptor, especially for a low event uh, game like
Yeah.
soccer is, and I think that's where some of the limitations kind of come in a bit.
I'm not a big fan of it, and I hate when people put real stock into it for like anything other than it looks like things are trending in the right direction.
I think
When
I
they're
think
like,
it's a I think the other thing with it is you need to be able to see who can consistently outperform or underperform as well,
yeah,
because like you can use it in a sense to say like, okay, this team way overperformed this year or this player did. Are they
yeah.
going to
I mean, I
continue to do that or
guess.
not? Like it's I think that
It's I
there
think
are
it comes
things to
down to
do with it, but
did they overperform? Did other people underperform? Or is this just where their level is supposed to be at?
right. And at the end of the day too, like if you're just a fan, you don't need to worry about those things if you don't want to. Like it
Which is where my favorite saying comes in is that the only stat that matters is goals.
fair. So, uh,
Which is where people start, which I only ever bring up when people start arguing about the time of possession battle, because time of possession is a useless stat
that's the
except in
silliest
garbage
one.
time. When
Yeah,
you are
fair.
closing out a game, you hold that ball.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. Yeah,
People
citing
give
time of possession is silly.
people talk a lot of shit about parking the bus, but that is a very valid time honored tradition. You
Absolutely.
need to be good at doing it.
Hey, you can be very, very successful as a football club not having the ball. We
Yep.
see it happen. I mean, that was
I
part of
mean,
how,
look at Union on their fucking run at the end of last season. That
yeah,
Union was one of, if not the best defensive teams in the Bundesliga to end the season. It
yeah.
was incredible to watch. Like a lot of people were like, "This is boring," and I'm like, "This is amazing."
I mean, look at St. Pauli the entire year last year as well. Because
Just a
it's how they
defensive
had to
juggernaut.
play. It's how they had to play.
Yeah, you have to be good at it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, well, I don't think you have to be good at it.
No, it depends on
Depends on the way you play and everything.
yeah,
But
and your
when you
squad
need it,
makeup,
you
but
need to be good at it.
mhm. Yeah, when you're battling when you're battling relegation, it's something that is very helpful if you can successfully play a very defensive counter-attacking style.
Absolutely. So let's get back into this a little bit
Yeah,
more.
fair.
Back into Serie A. So yeah, like I said, Milan's very AC Milan has been a very tempting team like since the beginning.
hmm
Um, I can't say that they aren't still on my radar, which I like to not pick the big teams. I like to
hmm
typically just pick a real
A
solid middle
small,
table
yeah,
club.
fair.
Just I like to keep one that is generally going to be safe from relegation, not because I am afraid of relegation and
You want
like
to be able
that
to
would
watch.
affect. I want to be able to watch them.
Yeah,
Like that is the sole criteria. Is like I would like to be able to watch them.
yeah. And with
Um,
Italy, I mean, yeah, there are some free Serie B games to watch this year, but it's pretty sporadic.
it's like 3 games a week. I think
Yeah,
is what they're doing, which is not
it's
bad.
nice,
I'm
but
not mad about it. It means I can catch a Sampdoria match every now and
yep,
again,
which
just to
may
see
not be
those
the best to
beautiful
watch.
kits.
Oh, they're incredible.
Beautiful kits.
I love Sampdoria's kits, man. Oh,
That home kit with with the tricolor stripe is
hmm
immaculate.
It's
It might be one of the best kits in soccer.
yeah, no, I absolutely love their kits, but unfortunately, as with their honored traditional kits, they are doing the time-honored tradition of Serie A in Italy in signing very old players that aren't really fit for the game anymore and falling down the tables heavily. So,
Like Bologna with Ciro Immobile. I think AC
and
Milan hired a couple of old
yeah, well,
guys.
AC
Oh, I mean
Milan brought
they
in
hired
Luka
Luka Modric.
Modric.
Like
Yeah,
that dude is ancient, but he is balling out.
he's still good. He's still good.
He's
He's
balling.
he's got it.
He
So
he is an exception to the too old to play
yes.
because he can still fucking go. Um, did Fiorentina just bring in some old dudes too?
Yeah, we brought in Edin Dzeko. Uh, I think he was like the only older player, but yeah, Dzeko definitely well past his prime at this point.
There's something to be said about veteran leadership. There's absolutely
For
something to be
sure.
said about that. And if Luka Modric had brought nothing else to Milan, that would have been key.
No,
Having
I think that's fair.
having
Yeah.
having that, because let's be real here, Luka Modric is incredible.
Yeah.
We've all secretly been like, I hate that fucking guy,
Oh,
but that's just because he played for Real Madrid.
yeah, exactly, right? Like I only hated him when he did well for Real Madrid. Man,
Exactly.
when he would suit up for Croatia, I am like all aboard the train right there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just one of those things. Like we hate people when they play for Real Madrid. Like
Hmm.
Antonio Rudiger.
Uh,
Who else?
Jude Bellingham. I can't stand him at Real
I don't
Madrid,
like
man.
I don't like Jude Bellingham at all.
Yeah, it's the late goals he scores are very annoying to me. I also think he's a little bit kind of an asshole on the pitch, but that's another
Yeah,
issue.
it's just one of those things. Sometimes you just really like those kind of guys, and sometimes you just really don't.
Yeah, yeah, I think
But
that.
I do feel like they really shafted him at I think it was the Euros. Was when England ended up losing. Like the media just really shafted him on that because like it's
No,
not all on him.
it's
Like
no,
you
no, not
can't.
at all. You
Harry
know
Kane can't score a penalty in a big game to save his
that
fucking life.
the English media is quick to jump on certain players, if you catch my meaning. So yeah, unfortunately that is a big issue, and Bellingham, I mean, obviously Saka as well have faced the brunt of a lot of that. So
It's just all the racial bias of the
yeah,
English
no,
media. Let's
that's
let's be
that no,
100.
no,
Let's just to be 100% clear. That's what it
that's
is.
exactly what it is. Yep.
That's why I really think Vinny Jr. is going to leave Real Madrid because he's having the same problems there because he has a down game and it's racial slurs.
Yeah, but it's not like from their own fans. Like he's getting abuse thrown at him from a lot of other fan bases. I mean, Atletico Madrid, obviously the main culprit there,
Fuck
constantly.
Atletico Madrid.
I
They
yeah,
have like their kits are ugly, their team is stupid. Fuck them and everything they stand for. Um,
oh my
my
God.
hatred of Atletico Madrid is very petty, and I stand very
Hey,
firm in
they're they're a
it.
fully fair team to hate in my opinion. So,
Well, that's because you're a Celtic fan.
well, that doesn't really have anything to do with Atletico.
I know. I just felt like saying
Fair enough.
it. So back to Serie A again
Yeah.
for like the seventh time we've come back to it. So some of these that really stand out to me right now for the standings, 4 games into the season,
Hmm.
is Atalanta being in fifth currently. But when you look at who they've played,
Yeah, it's just bad
they've
teams.
played literally the bottom three, tied 2 of them, and then beat Torino 3-0.
Yeah. Which beating Torino 3-0 is nice. I'm sure Juric had a little personal investment in that result, so
Yeah, that's
but
and yeah, but it was only the only reason it was 3-0 is because Duvan Zapata missed a penalty in the
mhm.
73rd minute.
Also former
Lookman
Atalanta
did
player.
play. Lookman did play.
Hmm.
He came on in the 87th minute. I
Nice.
didn't know that.
Kristovic got a goal or two, right, in that game or something.
Kristovic got 2 goals.
2 goals, yeah.
1 assist by Sulemana, 1 assist by Samardzic, which I don't.
I forgot they got some margin. Wow.
Atalanta is very interesting, and I still have them finishing 10th.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes from here because Torino is one of those sides that you're not always sure what you can get from them. So Atalanta beating them 3-0 isn't the most surprising result. And
So here's Atalanta's schedule. Okay,
mhm,
so I'm gonna do the next 7 games.
okay,
Okay, because that means I don't have to scroll on FOTMob. So their next game is against Juve, who is
okay,
in second and
hmm.
are dog walking everybody right now. Well, maybe not dog walking, but
Not,
they're
yeah, I don't know about that,
they're
but
playing
they're
good.
playing well. They're playing very well.
Then they go to the Champions League and
Hmm.
play against Club Bruges. They come back and play Como, Lazio, Slavia Prague, in the Champions League. Then they come
Uh-huh.
back and play Cremonese, and then AC Milan and to end October.
Ooh,
Like this next 7 game
that's
stretch is brutal.
that's a gauntlet. We're gonna find out real quickly whether Atalanta are gonna be actually able to compete for Europe or not.
Yeah,
Those I think the Como match especially will be very telling for both of those
Juve,
sides.
Como, Cremonese, and AC Milan, I think, are going to be the big ones, which is shocking to say about Cremonese because I think everybody had the relegation immediately. But that's just because they were newly promoted. They came
Yeah,
up through the playoffs. It wasn't even they were
yeah.
auto promoted like Pisa and uh, Sassuolo,
Hmm.
which Sassuolo is a Serie A team. They will be
Yeah,
fine. They're having a
I think
they're having
Sassuolo will be
they are
fine.
having a bad start to the season, but they will be fine.
They've got the players in that squad to be able to stay up. Obviously now they're out of Coppa Italia, which isn't a bad thing for them because now
No,
they don't have to deal with those
no.
games. So
I think honestly, I think every newly promoted team should just throw the cup immediately
which
and just
well,
focus on it.
all of them are out now. So
So who knows? They might have done it.
yeah, yeah. But no, so yeah, I think
That
they'll
would
end
be
up being fine.
crazy.
But
So
no, when looking at Cremonese though, as soon as I saw that Davide Nicolo was their coach, I'm like, oh, they're staying up. That dude is a specialist in keeping teams up. So we'll see if he can
unlike Di Francesco,
Eusebio Di Francesco.
who's a specialist in sending them the fuck back down.
Yeah.
So Lecce has literally done everything possible to
R.I.P.
get themselves relegated, and I do not see anything saving them.
No.
Holy shit, the Astros are up 11-1. Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Where has this been the last like 6 games? What the fuck is this?
Dude, that's right. My Marlins lost
Ridiculous.
last night 11-1 to the Phillies. Does that take us fully out of No, we're somehow still mathematically alive, which is ridiculous,
I
but
think the Astros are still alive, and my one of my the guy that got me into baseball, my buddy Rob, is a
uh
Red Sox fan, and so he's like he's messaged me like 7 times today, like in the last couple days, just been like
mhm.
the Astros had to die for the good of humanity. I'm like, dude, I'll fight you.
Yeah, the Astros are currently one game back of the Tigers for the last wild card spot in the American League,
Look, as
which
long as the Red Sox and the Astros both make it, life will be okay.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Which, if the Astros don't make it, I'll probably watch for the Red Sox. But that's not what this show is
No,
about.
no, no, no.
So
That's true.
anyway, let's
Tangents,
look at
tangents.
let's look at Cremonese real quick. So Cremonese is next. Let's just go through the end of October.
Hmm.
So their next run of games are Como, which is going to be rough.
Yeah,
It's away at Como.
yeah, and Como's been playing well at home. I mean, they've been
So
playing well anywhere, but
it's Como at home, Como away, Inter away, Udinese at home,
okay.
which Udinese
That's
beat Inter
Ooh,
away at Inter.
yeah. Udinese is usually a tougher
It's a
team at home,
weird.
though.
That's a
But
weird game to watch. Then they play Atalanta on the 25th, and then to end October on the 29th, they play Genoa.
okay,
So this is going to be a really fun run for them. And then they start. Oh shit, that's a midweek game too. So they're going to play away at Genoa in the midweek
okay.
on Wednesday, October 29th. And then on Saturday the 1st, they play Juve at home.
Oh my God.
That's going to be a rough.
Jeez,
That's going to be a rough.
that's tough to turn around and have to play Juve. I mean, well, I
By the
mean,
end of October, I think we're going to know who's going to be up and down.
yeah, most
Honestly,
likely. I'll definitely be interested to see how Cremonese do in that Udinese match, especially, and the Genoa one as well. I think
yeah,
those are two games that with against sides who I think are on a similar level to what Cremonese have. So yeah, those will be some fun
yeah. I
ones.
mean, Genoa's in 16th, Udinese's in ninth.
Hmm.
Like to put
Udinese
everything.
always finds themselves in the mid-table somehow.
Yeah, it's
Never in Europe, never in relegation, but they're they're
just
always there.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it's
kind of like the Augsburg of Serie A.
yeah. So let's get into pick a club. Pick any club in Serie A, in the Bundesliga. Pick a club. Let's look at the schedule. Let's guess it out.
Let's since they won yesterday and have to deal with Europe, Let's look at SC Freiburg because
Oh,
I think there will be a very interesting side to observe how they're able to deal with the European competition. They've got a nice squad, but their depth is going to be tested. So I'll be very curious to see how they're able to handle those Europa League matches. But hey, started off with a win. It's always good.
yeah, it's against FC Basel. That's not a bad. Is it Basel? I don't know.
Basel, yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce Swiss words.
The one of the actually funny enough, that is Basel's shortest away trip, including their domestic games because of how close it is to Freiburg.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love random little facts like that where it's oh shit, Freiburg's got to play with Dusseldorf at the Pokal.
Ooh, that's a
That's gonna
tough
be
one.
fun.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
Dusseldorf is not playing the best right now,
but they are
but they
playing
still.
Dusseldorf at home,
Mm,
and Dusseldorf Stadium is phenomenal.
yeah, I do
Okay,
like this thing.
okay, so let's do the run through the end of October,
All right.
and we'll talk about it. So Freiburg is at home to Hoffenheim,
Okay.
and then they travel to Bologna in the Europa League. 3 days after that, they come back. No, 4 days. I'm bad at math. Friday, Saturday. No, it's 3 days.
Yeah,
So it's a Thursday
Thursday,
game,
Sunday.
and then it's Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they'll come back and they'll play at Mönchengladbach,
Ooh.
which should be on their new manager bounce,
Yeah. Yeah.
with the Reinas doing their dirty work.
I think I saw something about Reina getting injured again in training today or yesterday or something. So I think it was just like a minor thing, but
Oh,
it never ends with him, man. It never ends.
you almost feel bad for him.
I do feel bad for him.
I feel bad for
Like
him,
I feel bad for him. I
but
don't feel bad for his parents, but
I feel like getting out of Dortmund's going to do him some good because look at
yeah,
everybody else that ever
it
left
should.
Dortmund.
It definitely should. Although who knows with Polanski, their new manager, if he's a Reina believer or not. So
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't transfer to a club and then them get a new manager. Otherwise, you're fucked. I mean, look at what
yeah.
happened to Kyogo Furuhashi when he left Celtic to go to Red.
Hmm.
They immediately got a new manager, and he played like 2 games.
Yep.
They spent
Yep.
12 million
It
euros
was
on him
good.
to bring him over there, or 10, one of the two.
It was a decent
And
amount for them.
no, okay, so it was also in the deal for Diogo. No, not
For
Diogo.
just
Jota.
Jota. Yeah,
Yeah, for
for
just
Jota.
Jota.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they sent
Jota back to
Kyogo
Salt.
and 12 million.
Uh-huh.
They sold Kyogo for 10 million to Ren, and then bought Jota for 12 million from Ren.
Hmm.
So basically, they just traded and gave him 2
Yeah,
million,
yeah, pretty much.
which
Yeah.
it works.
Works out for Celtic there, I would say.
Worked out for Celtic, except the Jota's hurt right now.
Well, yeah, that's a very unfortunate
Yeah,
part. If he's healthy, maybe they can start scoring some goals. But
it's
it's
fucking
it's rough.
awful.
But no, I mean Kyogo's what at Birmingham City now, and he's
Yeah, I think
started
I
all
don't know.
right there.
I was gonna say I don't know how he's doing because I never really got into Birmingham.
I don't particularly like Birmingham City
I
myself,
feel like I could have.
but
I feel like I could have gotten into Birmingham because some fans made some very convincing arguments when I was asking on threads how to get
mm,
into teams. But also, Tom Brady's an owner, and
I
I
was
will have
about to
nothing
say.
to do with Tom
I
Brady.
was about to say Tom Brady is a part owner of that, so fuck him. I mean,
So
also,
I,
I think Villa is a cooler club than Birmingham City anyway. So
yeah, but I don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
just not.
I'm not
I
saying
was
you need to
I,
like Villa. I just think
I was
in
gonna
relative.
I was gonna say I feel like there's too many claret and blues. Then I was like, there's way too many blue and whites. So I mean,
Yeah, but there are a lot of claret and blues in England. But
there's a shocking amount just in the top two leagues
yeah,
between you've got Burnley,
West
Aston
Ham.
Villa, West Ham.
There's one more that I
There's got to
can't
be
think
one more.
of. I don't know.
I don't care. Um,
Eventually it'll pop into our minds.
yeah.
But
So then you're into Gladbach's going to be really interesting. I wonder when Kleindienst is supposed to come back. Hold on.
yeah, I don't know. But I'll be very curious to see how under Polanski, Gladbach do without Kleindienst. Obviously, they finally got their first goal of the season, last minute to draw against Leverkusen. I thought Kevin Stoger was
Love to see
playing,
it.
yeah, I thought Kevin Stoger was playing a lot better. And that's probably a reason why I don't think Reina will play as much because I think
Oh
Stoger in that attacking
shit!
midfield. What?
Kleindienst should become it's according to FOTMob.
Okay.
We've got an early October 2025 return.
Okay. Well, at least
So
it's after we have to play them, so I'll take it.
yeah, so what we're looking at is Kleindienst very well may be able to come back in time to save Gladbach's season.
Gladbach will be fine. I think their roster's too good to go down. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I
we've
was
seen
never
we've seen
worried about them
fine.
getting relegated,
Yeah.
but
Um yeah, I think that roster is good enough to compete for Europe as well. Overall, I really like a lot of the players that they have.
well,
So,
if they hadn't had Seoane last season, then they probably would be in Europe.
yeah.
So
Yeah, because I mean, hell, they were kind of close for a while in the race for Europe, and then shit happens because
shit
you've got
happens.
Gerardo Seoane as your manager, and we saw what happened the last time he got fired from a club. So I don't think Gladbach is going to go
I
do that.
I was gonna say I don't know
Oh,
what club he got fired for. You
he
got to
he.
remember, I'm not.
Sorry, he was the manager of one Bayer Leverkusen.
Oh
They
shit! Really?
lost in the Pokal early. They were down low in the table,
I was gonna say he's the one that got
and
fired
he got
for
fired. And then they
Xabi,
hired
and then
Xabi Alonso. He obviously righted the ship, got them, playing very well
I was
to
gonna say
end
I
the
don't think he
season.
lost a game until like
Well. So this was his first season wasn't a full season because he came
yeah,
in
yeah.
replacement, and then in the first full
Obviously, there's some
season,
growing pains there, and then his first full season
for
was 2 seasons ago, and it was incredible.
yeah,
Like that,
only one loss the entire season across all
the Europa
competitions.
League
The
final,
final, yes. Oh my
in which
gosh.
Ademola Lookman put in a absolute
He yeah,
masterclass.
what a player he is. I'm I'm excited to see him back with Atalanta now.
He's gone in the winter. There's no
Oh,
way he's still.
we'll
He's gone.
see, probably, but for the time being, like
I
him
think.
actually getting some minutes there
Well,
will
actually,
could push
well,
Atalanta up, but
that's the thing, right? It seems like Juric is doing the exact same thing with Ademola Lookman that he did with Dybala in Roma.
mhm.
Atalanta does not work without Ademola Lookman. They do not
No,
work right. They
yeah,
work, but they don't work right.
he's a big
It's
part
just like
of.
Roma.
Mhm.
They work, kind of.
Yeah, you can just see how much different of a side and how much better of a side Roma was with the ball in versus not, and Atalanta
Yeah, and
with
there
Lookman
was all
in.
the drama about Dybala is injured. That's why he's not playing. And then Dybala and his agent both are like, "I'm not
And he's not
injured."
injured, yeah. All right, well,
I don't want to go back off on that rant again. I already did that one.
let's look at Freiburg real quick a little bit further, and then we'll
Yeah,
wrap things up.
so their run of games after Gladbach is they're going to play Frankfurt at
Mm,
home. Then they go into the Europa League against Utrecht. Then they've got Leverkusen. And to end it, they play the Pokal. Damn, that's crazy. So their Pokal game's on Wednesday.
mhm.
And then 3 days later, they play Union Berlin away in Berlin.
Who do they play in the Pokal?
It's going to be Dusseldorf. It's going
Oh,
to be
that's right. Yeah, you
Fortuna.
did say
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
that's going to be a fun game to watch.
that will. But that's an
Am
interesting.
I a closet Dusseldorf fan? Maybe, but
I'm here for some Dusseldorf love. All the FC Cologne fans kind of close their ears for a minute there, but that's
Jake
fine.
said it was okay, so it's okay.
Hey, it's not Gladbach, it's not Leverkusen, so
Yep.
no.
God, that
That
I want to see Cologne Leverkusen in the call again so bad. That was so good.
that was a really fun match. That was a
That was so
really
good.
really fun
That might
match.
have been one of the best. I think that might have been the best match of the call.
Yeah,
No, that's not.
no,
No, no, absolutely not.
no. How
No,
about Bielefeld beating Leverkusen?
phenomenal.
Yeah,
Absolutely, that's exactly where I was going.
yep. So
It's an incredible game.
yeah, but that Cologne Leverkusen game was a lot of fun.
That
As a
was
neutral, that is.
that was electric. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but
Jake. He'll
that'll be
never
a really
never
interesting
forgive us
stretch.
for saying that was a fun game.
Interesting
It's
stretch for Freiburg there. That's
gonna be
I
a rough run.
yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of sacrifice the league in order to advance in Europe there.
Yeah, because there's
It's what a lot of teams end up doing, you know.
yeah,
Aside
it's
from
gonna be better for him.
your Bayern, Dortmund, mate, and not even really Leipzig, the Bundesliga sides just don't have the depth to compete on three fronts. Saw that with Frankfurt when we won the Europa League, just completely
You say
tanked the Bundesliga season,
I don't know
and
if Bayern has the depth to
they
compete
may
on all
not.
three.
They may not, and they looked a little shaky at the weekend for a tiny bit. Um, before they pull it all out. I mean, what Kane had two penalties or whatever. So, but yeah,
No, was this weekend just the beautiful Kane hat trick, or was this the penalties hat trick?
you know
Not
what?
hat trick of penalties, but
Do, 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 do.
we got another minute or two.
Yeah. We're good. We're good. Yeah,
I
he
was
had
gonna just Hoffenheim.
one goal and two penalties, or like one in play and then
Yeah.
two penalties. But yeah, so Bayern, yeah, with Champions League starting up, they could be, tested here and there. I still think overall they've got enough depth to be fine.
What the fuck is this?
What?
Ooh. Build just put out something 30 minutes ago
Oh
that
no.
Vlahovic is on their radar
On Bayern's?
on Bayern's.
Oh my. Well, probably for the summer then, because
Oh
I
yeah,
doubt.
definitely.
Yeah,
I don't think Juve's gonna let him go in the winter.
no, and I don't think Bayern will pay for him in the winter when they've got Nicholas Jackson as well. So
No, and I mean obviously Nicholas Jackson isn't going to be there next season.
no. Bayern
That
will
was made very clear.
Bayern will very purposefully not play Nicholas Jackson enough games in order to trigger the mandatory buy clause, which is
Which they stated. They
yeah,
said it. We knew they were
it's
going to do it.
yeah, it feels wrong to just say it. But that's
It's
kind
one
of
of
the way
those
that
things.
Bayern has been conducting business recently. Although,
It's appalling.
even if Vlahovic is a main target for them, we saw what happened with their main striker target this summer, so nothing is a guarantee with Bayern these days.
Well, maybe they've learned their lesson and they'll actually spend some money.
Maybe.
Probably not, but maybe.
We shall see. But I think that's probably about enough talk for today. We'll get off of here, go enjoy some other shows coming up, and meet up next week again.
Absolutely, man. You have a great rest of your day. I'm going to watch the Astros win a fucking game
Hell yeah.
for the first time since I've actually started really watching baseball. I just bought the Pirates hat for the game.
Fair.
But I've got my Astros hat coming in, so I will have it in a couple weeks.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, man.
Alrighty.
Have a great day.
Have a
See you
good
next
one.
week.
See everyone.